Dear students, welcome to Lesson 4 of our Introduction to IT for Business course. In Lesson 4, we are going to cover Microsoft Word. We will learn basic text structuring and formatting tools, including page layout, references, review, view, and layout management, inserting images, tables, and charts. Word processing program permits us to manipulate text and related objects such as pictures. If the need is to use mathematical processes to manipulate numbers or to manage data, then a word processing program is not the correct application to use. The main purpose of a word processing program is to permit the user to create text documents, edit, insert, delete, and replace text and objects, format the document to increase readability and appearance, print a copy of the document, and save the document for future use or reference. This part of our lecture will provide the basics of word processing using Microsoft Word. Okay, let's review some definitions. Understanding some of the common concepts related to text manipulation makes using the help system easier and increases your problem-solving skills when things go wrong. The first term that we will cover is block. A block is a selected highlighted section of text that the program treats as a unit. You can apply most individual formatting functions, such as bold and underline, to blocks of text, thereby making formatting and editing functions much more efficient. Clipboard. A clipboard is a holding area or buffer for copied or cut data for later use. You can place data onto a clipboard and can then paste it into another document, another application, or another location within the original document. Format. Formatting is the process of editing the appearance of a document by altering the look of fonts and using indentations, margins, tabs, justification, and pagination. Format conditions affect the document appearance. In Word, format features vary depending on whether you're formatting characters, paragraphs, or pages. The hard return is a code that you insert in the document by pressing the Enter key. A hard return usually marks the end of a paragraph. In Word, the paragraph mark is shown by the symbol that you can see on the slide. Insert. To insert means to add characters in the text at the point of the cursor, thereby moving all other text to the right. Insert mode is the opposite of overtype mode and is the default in most word processing programs. Move. Move is a function in word processing programs that permits the user to relocate text or graphics to another place in the document or to another document. Outliner. Outliner is a feature of many word processing programs that enables the user to plan and rearrange large documents in an outlined form. Overtype means to replace the character under the cursor by the character typed. Screen tips are small windows that display descriptive text when you rest the pointer on a command or icon. Scrolling is the process of moving around the document to view a specific portion of a page of text when the entire document does not fit on the screen. This navigation process does not change the location of the insertion point until the user clicks elsewhere in the document. Soft return is the code that the program inserts in the document automatically when the typed line reaches the right margin. Template contains pre-designed formats and structure. Toggling switches from one mode of operation to another mode. For example, a user might toggle from insert mode to replace overtype mode. Word wrap is the feature that automatically carries words over to the next line if they extend beyond the margin. As with all Windows programs, there are many ways to start Word. You can start Word by clicking Start button. and then going down to Programs, and the Microsoft Word will be somewhere on your right. You can see that all applications here are arranged in alphabetical order. So the Word application will be somewhere here. And in order to open Word, you can just single press on this icon and the application will open. Or alternatively, you can open the Word application by clicking or single pressing on the Word icon on Quick Launch area, which is here. As you can see, the Word is booting up and it's opening. In order to create, after starting Word, a new blank document will appear by default. Let's click to the blank document. So here is your blank document. It's completely empty. And let's type the name of our course, Introduction to IT in Business. So here's your document. Now it's not blank, it has some text. And to save the work, you should click on the save icon or use Ctrl+S hotkey. Office 365 offers you automatically to save your file on cloud, but we can also save it locally on your laptop. Let's save it in the Documents folder. We choose Documents and press Save button. Here you go. Your document is now saved on your laptop locally. When changes or additions are necessary in document, there are two ways to open the document again. So let's now close this document again. We close this document by pressing the cross button. And then in order to open the recently edited document, you start Word again. And in the Recent tab, you can find your document, which is here. Or alternatively, let's close Word again. Alternatively, you can open your file by looking it up in your folder. We press the folder button here, which is an explorer to the files of our computer. We find the document folder. We open it up. And once we've found our file, we double click on it. And the file will open. Voila, this is our document. Let's continue, dear students. We will cover now tabs and groups. And in this part of the lecture, we will cover those tabs and groups that are most frequently used. Microsoft Word contains a series of tabs and groups organized to keep similar tasks together. Home tab. These groups allow you to format the document by cutting, copying, or pasting items to the clipboard, selecting a font style, size, and color, adding bullets, selecting document style, and using Find and Replace. Insert tab. You can add a cover page or insert a blank page, tables, pictures, charts using this tab. Layout tab. These groups helps you to protect the margins, page orientation, and spacing, change the page color or arrangement. References tab. These groups help you add endnotes, footnotes, citations, index, and tables. Mailings tab. Mailing groups help you to prepare envelopes, labels, mail merge letters, and recipient lists. Review tab. You can use review for proofing a document. It helps to check spelling and grammar, do a word count, insert comments, and protect the document from changes by someone else. View tab. The view includes commands that lets you see the document in print layout, full screen reading, web layout, and draft form. Let's now continue with formatting the document. By using formatting commands, the document can be made to look professional and more understandable. There are 4 components of formatting: character, paragraph, page, and document. Let's start with character formatting. Font. You can change the look or shape, size, and style of group of characters. Spacing. To choose the amount of space for each character depending on its width. For example, to format font and size, click Home tab, then find Font Group, and click the drop-down list to see all font styles available and choose one. Next to the style, the size drop-down is located, so you can change character scale. You can also make it bold or italic or underline it. Paragraph formatting. Alignment. There are 4 options for justification: center, full, left, or right. Borders. Borders allow you to highlight or make paragraph stand out. Lists. Bulleted, numbered, or multi-level lists. Let's justify our paragraph by center, highlighted with borders. Page and document formatting. Footer. The footer is an information area that one places at the bottom of the document. It can be document name, page number, or any information. Header. An information area that is placed at the top of the document. Margins. Margins are the distance of the text from the edge of the paper. By default, it is 1 inch. Page orientation. It refers to layout of the paper. Let's add page number in footer, change margin and page orientation. Word includes spelling, grammar checks, translation on the Review tab. It automatically checks spelling and grammar as you type. If the program knows what word you wanted to type, it automatically corrects you. A wavy red line under the word means that it is misspelled or it is not in Word's dictionary. If the program detects grammar error, the wavy line is green. A thesaurus is a built-in feature that helps you search for alternative words. Right-click the error and you can see the list of alternatives. Let's misspell the word panda and see what happens. Let's right-click and see what alternative words Microsoft Word is offering. You can see that the first choice is correctly spelled Word Panda. We click on this choice and the word is changed automatically. In the Review tab, word count is also available. Performing a word count is helpful when you are writing an abstract or paper that has word or character count limits. Click word count and you can see number of pages, words, characters, and so on. Let's now play with our document. First, we will insert a picture. Go to Insert. Click Pictures, and let's choose photo from this device. Now you can see a photo in our document. Charts are an essential part of the documents. You will be using charts quite frequently during your studies at BMU and your career. There are lots of types of charts available in Word. For example, I created a pie chart, which you can see in front of you. Now let's create a table. Tables are a very useful component. It makes your writing look more organized. To create a table, go to Insert tab, click Table, and choose number of columns and rows. A table of contents usually appears at the beginning of the document, helps you navigate through the document and find needed information. You can easily create your own table of contents, but also use pre-designed. To do that, select References tab, Table of Contents. In summary, Microsoft Word provides unlimited possibilities for creating custom documents. In this lecture, we described some of the basic skills necessary to begin using Microsoft Word features effectively and efficiently. This included saving and opening document, viewing documents, formatting characters, paragraphs, pages, and documents, using the spelling and grammar checker, doing readability and word counts, creating a table and chart, and inserting pictures. Thank you for your attention. We will have our Q&A session during our lessons. Please check your timetable. If you have any comments, questions, or suggestions, please feel free to email them to me. Thank you very much. Bye for now.